Hello and welcome. I am not actually sure if all my stuff is set up correctly because it has been a hot minute since I have streamed something. Um, so, humor me while I quickly set this up because I am my own IT. Um, Excellent. Okay, audio is picking up at least, so that is good. So, as you may have seen, I'm playing Ace Attorney today. My lovely boyfriend bought it for me yesterday, and I am very, very keen to play it through. And also, I am being left to my own devices. I have no entertainment. So, I thought I would drag strangers along for the ride. I know this is an old game, so there's a lot of like memeing about it. And it is very, very popular. Let me just quickly make sure. Yeah, excellent. That's collecting. Ooh, okay. The best part for the audience is when you shake off the rust. I am so certain that this is going to be too loud. Okay. How do I go my options? That is already. Why low and yet not low enough? I feel like it would be good to have audio. Okay, we will just have to trust the process and hope for the best. Okay. And I'm learning the settings as I go, so let's hope for the best here. There's just a lot of hoping for the best tonight, honestly. It has been like a year since I've done streaming because some shit went down in my life. You'll notice I said earlier today, not husband, boyfriend, because one no longer exists and one now does exist. So, that's fun. Um, so let's solve some crimes in a courtroom because I'm not in court enough these days. I'm actually missing everything that's happening for now. You can't trust crazy. Oh. There's going to be a feedback loop for a second because I'm like checking Don't mind me. It's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning. Ah, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me. I'm relaxed. Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean. What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that, you see, of course I have, I think. Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client. I will remind anyone watching that this is a blind playthrough. I have not actually looked ahead to know what voices I want to give people. So if it's terrible, it's because I have no natural talent. And I mean, this is why it's a good thing that no one watches. This is just me having fun. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, I'll be fine. No problem. Nice. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yet I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this way, I won't give it to anyone else. You know, it would have been that simple in COVID. It would have been. And yet, here we are. Be kind to others, he said. Exactly! Okay, yep. No, I'm still not over it. Let's beat this dead horse. Right, Mr. Wright, you have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please let go of my shirt. That's right, he's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. Flashback. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and, well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win. For my client, and for myself. Oh, we just had April 11, like 3 weeks ago. Court is now in session for the trial of Pheonix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you? Yes, well, you're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. Oh, I hate I hate that. It will all be over soon. What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. Sounds like he was a very bright young man. A very promising young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Ooh. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body and the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police. I mean, it certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. Prone photo 1 has been added to the court record. I feel like that photo is going to be useful because I think that was the entire case. This is when it absolutely has nothing to do, like, it's a complete left hook and I just look like an idiot, like, less than 10 minutes into my own stream. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo, really. You can't tell. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. I hope I said that right. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I am a genteel man. A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. Perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. Please say you know at least this much. I'm so sorry I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. Seriously, Mia? Seriously. Maybe I'm just too short-tempered today to deal with it. My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? The court record. I think I can see that by pressing tab. Can I? All the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. Court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just pressed tab. I got it. I have an attorney's badge. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. I called that, yeah. Okay. Yeah, through the umbrella, right? Like, easy. Okay. Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? It was electrocution. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps? Dude. The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing the spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. No, I don't either. That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. He doesn't seem smooth, he seems like a dick. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Hairline killer, more like, whatever. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it in old Greybeard's face. Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face. Mr. Grossberg. Try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are there as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with tabs, so be sure to go over it. Now then, let's see what you've got. Ta-da! For profiles. The art history, 4th year pharmacologist. Date of the victim was 4 till 8 months ago. Okay. Anything else? Oh, sorry. I'll get there. Okay. I am not actually seeing any further evidence, frankly. There's nothing there. That's exciting. What evidence? I mean, it's Pheonix, right? Yeah, no, it's the girl. That's the evidence. Oh my god. Yep. What was the cause of the bad blood between Pheonix, Wright, and the victim? It was the girlfriend. Present. Mr. Grossberg, I honestly think it would be best for the defense if you were in charge. I'm afraid Miss Fay might stir up some bad blood with this court if she were to continue. Or simply put, you are quite mistaken, my dear. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Even if you are new, your lack of preparation is inexcusable. Now take a moment and think it over again. Yes, Your Honor. Wait, what do you mean? No, no, no. I was right. I'm right. The bad blood is because he was dead. What's the question? Okay. What was the cause of the bad blood between Pheonix, Wright, and the victim? I don't know. What are you talking about? It was the girl. It was the girl. What am I missing? This is the best part of not having someone watching because I don't have to pull that like chat. What is it? Like, no. If I'm going down, I'm going down myself. This Titanic is a one-woman show. I don't need anyone else taking the blame for this. What was the cause of the bad blood between Pheonix, Wright, and the victim? It's this. It's this. It's Pheonix Wright's girlfriend. And it dated the victim. And they were the girl. I presented the girl. I presented the girl, right? I'm doing it again. I don't care. I was right! The reason for the bad... Okay, I'm going to recheck this video afterwards. And I'm going to see that I misclicked something. And I'm going to be so pissy about it. Because it was the girl. I knew it was. I said it was. Okay. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Mood. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Fay. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Pheonix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she had some part to play in this story. Rabble, 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 rabble. Ah, he's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Pheonix Wright. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Fay, it's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Pheonix Wright to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Yeah, my name is Pheonix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. A student, I mean, I can't really earn, I can't get earnings for, like, going through court, if only. Be able to support myself. Anyway. No, he means what did you do before you were arrested? Oh, I was a university student. Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug Swift. But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you I was... Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his code to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. Oh, this makes my nose itch. The victim and I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer, and all I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. How'd you know how'd you know he was British if you didn't talk to him? Oh, I see. So you hardly knew the victim. Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be this witness will have to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right. And it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness' testimony contains any contradiction. Which it did with Clock that he said British wannabe. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statement will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he is your client in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? He's saying that testimony just now? That there was a lie, a contradiction? Yeah, there was. God, I should go to law school. I love, this is how I have developed since rising from the ashes while the fire is still burning, and that is undue confidence in my ability to navigate the legal system without representation. I don't recommend it. This is a really on-the-nose game. I probably should have picked something else. I'm good. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? The strange lawyer you're paying. Yeah, no, totally. He looks sad. He looks like he's lied. Okay. Let's do it. I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Cute. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. But that's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Pheonix. Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. May, answer the question. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew that the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yeah, well, he was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. I'm sorry, that's so obnoxious. Okay. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point? I can handle myself. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. I'm immediately gonna choke. You mustn't bite off. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proofs. Press and present. Okay, Mia, one more time from the very beginning of his testimony. I admit that I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. Okay. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Then we press. Mr. Wright, you said the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Well, you see, he was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Now, tab. Let's check the picture real quick, because I don't think that is right. There ain't no Union Jack on his jacket. Like, I'm just saying. Okay, let's go back. Should we press that? Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must look British stuff, see? It's true. Cross my heart. I forgot I was sick. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask you something, Miss Fay? Yes, Your Honor? What is it now? Who is this person anyway, this Union Jack fellow? The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. Oh, I see. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Mia, there is a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg? Quickly now. Show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean. Okay, Mia, check the court records carefully. Well, my dear, do you think... I already said that. I can handle myself. I did. Do I have to do it again? But I did. Ah, okay. Okay. I'll get it. I will get it. Okay, I'm not reading it again, man. Okay, we're gonna press that again. Yep, and then we're going to go to tab, and we're going to. How do I? Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah. Okay, so should I introduce it here? Why can't I introduce it? Yep, no, I know. Okay, no, Oh, damn it. Okay, again, I want to introduce the evidence and I can't. I swear. Oh my god. Okay, alright, I'm gonna have to do this again, aren't I? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Ah! What are the controls? I'm dying. I'm dying. Ah! This is, again, why I don't have people watch me. This is why I took a break, frankly. I was too powerful. Why can't I? It's right there. It's right there. Oh, the worst part is I know that people are gonna watch this afterwards and they're gonna be like, "No, you did great." And I'm like, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Don't lie to me." Okay. I'm just. This is just the loop. I know there's a contradiction. I'm trying. I'm trying. I am. Yes, I'm starting to sound like a petulant child. Yeah, okay, fine, I need help. I could use a little help. Please don't look so sad. It brings a tear to my eye when you do. Right, listen carefully. By comparing the testimony to the court record, you should be able to discover any contradictions if there are any. And when you've found one, I present the piece of evidence that contradicts the witness's testimony. I did that though. No, I saw it. Okay. have evidence. I have it. Oh my god, I'm stuck in purgatory. I'm so close to being like, not even having fun. Like, no, I'm not dumb. I'm stuck. Ah! Okay, no, this is great. This is good. This is fine. This is, you know what? We did the same thing when I was still streaming regularly. You know why? Because this is my stream and I do what I want to have fun. And right now, I need to figure out like, how the fuck I submit evidence. Okay, well, that would be great, but it's giving me the. Oh, on Nintendo DS, it's X. Okay, it's not here. I don't care about. Oh, God. This is the riveting stuff that people really. Is it R? There's a cat who really wants to get in because he hears me screaming. He's like, I can calm her. I soothe her dark places. Should probably say on PC. For the record, I'm not looking up how to solve it. I'm literally just looking up a gameplay mechanic. I'm about to be so pissy. More so than I already am. Thankfully. No, no. No! Fuck you. I can handle it myself because no one is helping me actually get through this. I was. No, I know. No! No! I don't want the title screen either. I just want to know the mechanics. Fuck. Well, it does in theory. Ah! Here we go. Here we go. Ah! I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Ah! Finally. I can't get into this voice now. I haven't earned it. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Ray, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute, he's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me. It's me right now to anyone who stumbles across this stream and thinks it's going to be a fun time. Mia has made our client cry. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Pheonix anyway. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive cross-examination that I lived in purgatory for at least 15 fucking minutes. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but what's the medicine that you took? Over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X. Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, I seem to have lost it somewhere. You lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. What's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X. Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to, especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Pheonix Wright. That, your legs must be tired from jumping to conclusions. Order! Order in the court! Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record. Crime 22 has been added. Cold Killer X has been added to the court record. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a loud wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks. My poor head. What really happened? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then around 3 we split up. Okay, I'm just really quickly gonna check the time of his watch. That is a bit past 3, yes. That's something. Okay. Then later when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the accident. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I said I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination. I am fucked. I have no thoughts. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Ugh. Oh, God. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3, we split up. Do I press that? I mean, that's... I guess we could do that. I feel like that's wrong. Your Honor, what do you think of... Oh, sorry. Emergency. No, that was not what I... Sorry. The Thriller-minute world of streaming. What do you think of the witness's statement? I don't really see any problem with it. Actually, I don't either. Well then, what are you making a fuss for? Think before you speak, young lady. Fuck. Go away. Looks like they missed the mark with that one, Mia. Okay, so I knew I was going to be wrong on that one. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. Okay, that's feasible. I've been taking cold killer X for the past two or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Okay. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? What does that have to do with anything? Yeah, I'm not doing the voices now because I know someone's watching. You can never be too sure. I always eat... Oh, her name's Dolly. Oh, that's... Oh, ominous. Just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Why'd you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. Well, Mia? I don't know. I can't seem to find any contradictions. Dolly isn't exactly what I'd call a natural born liar, you know. But still, we can't have him continue to spout nonsense. You know, was it something to do with the omelets? I got distracted by the shiny that was like the name. I know. What can I do? Well, I'm certain you must still be hiding something. Information right now. It's information we need more than anything else. Okay, so I need to press him for stuff. Okay. I'm getting distracted. Focus. Okay, I went because he called me. Putting the phone face down. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind the building. We talked for a bit, and then around 3 we split up, that's fine. And later when I went back, I found him lying there, that's fine. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the past 2 to 3 days. Is that worth a press? But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Okay, so then we push for lunch. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Oh, what does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Any omelets are magically delicious. And I can't push that one. Is there any evidence? No, because then it would give me the option to present, and there's nothing to present. I'm gonna be stuck in purgatory again. Yeah, I'm in purgatory again. Oh my god, I'm dying. Okay. No. Okay. What am I meant to press? Like, I can't press when we split it when they split at 3. Okay. Do I press that? So you're saying when that? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you? Oh, yeah, it's a good question. Why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Oh, no. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. How do I go back? Am I able to press after I press? No, I'm not. Okay. So, okay. I can't push, but that's fine. We've got an extra thing. And then I don't know if there's any point in pressing this one. Rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? I mean, it's not cold shame. Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to... Yeah, okay, yeah, I do that too. When the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window early this early in spring, huh? A lesson we could all learn. I suppose common sense is not always good. Okay, Mia, you're sounding a bit judgy. I can't sleep when I'm warm. And it's still nice, it's cold overnight. So it makes sense to save on electricity and leave the window open. So did anyone else know that you were taking the cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals. Oh, and he hung out with Dolly for lunch. So I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. What were you doing at lunch? On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Well, you just said that all your friends, I always eat with, just so lunches are the greatest. Mini omelets, lovely. No, don't tell me that I missed something. No! I was pushing! I pushed! Why was he calling? Have you ever met the victim before then? No, never. But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly, as she is the talk of the town these days. And this Dolly person is it's kind of embarrassing. She's like, sweet, just say girlfriend. Just say girlfriend or partner. Don't be weird. Sweetheart. What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 we split up. And later, when I went back, I found him lying there, and we pushed. So you're saying you went back? Yeah, that's where I found the body. Yeah, but why did you go back? Well, that's right, I was. Then why? Why did you go back there? Well, maybe we could make up. Okay, other people aren't believing it either. Take your cold killer extra past 2 to 3 days. Swear to God, I'm gonna be purgatoried again. I'm gonna, like, ugh. That dig, I'm gonna go past it because I am in no mood. Around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Okay, and then we're just doing that. We're eating the omelets, and they're so tasty, and we laughed, and I'm in purgatory again. There's multiple I'm getting it! Do I have to press like every single point he makes? I'm not reading it again. I'm getting pissy. This entire stream is just me doing like 5 minutes of actual gameplay and then me getting frustrated because I'm a dumbass and I'm not willing to admit it. Why? Okay. The Alchemist of Ivy. I gotta admit it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? Uh... Um... So you're absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway. Witness, let's go on with your test. I'm gonna be in purgatory again and I'm gonna have to pick about the fucking lab. Tell me about the labs! We split up. That's fine. Then later when I went back, I found more. Why were you lying there? Oh, why didn't I ask what was he going to do? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to loop this. Ah! It's supposed to be like, this isn't even fun anymore. This is the second time I've said that. I am having fun. I just feel like a dumbass because it's like so specific. Yeah, I know. He's a cold killer. Yep. No, it's not unusual. People like to save on electricity and sleep with their window open. Don't be a Debbie Downer. Or a wet blanket, because apparently that wouldn't have sense either. Yeah, we get it. You were with your girlfriend, sweetheart, cookie, whatever. Yep. I love that I'm like, I do cozy streams, and my streams are just me working my way to an aneurysm. I know we need information. Okay. I wish I could slap my bosses sometimes. I just don't like micromanagement, you know what I mean? But apparently underlings aren't allowed to do that. Yep, he wanted to meet, and yep, and here was an alchemist, and that is another series that I am collecting. I'm collecting the Atelier series. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof. It's literally in the picture, bitch! Why are we asking this question? I think that's enough for now. What? So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? I've only been lying every single time I've said a single sentence. I knew it was too much work for a little girl. Oh my god. Knock it off, little girl. However, there is one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor. How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? It was the umbrella! The umbrella and the high voltage, and they connected because the umbrella is bent. I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is, you are correct, Your Honor. How exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? I could somehow establish how it was done. Maybe I could stuff him out of this mess smelling like a rose. I can establish the murder method. Your Honor. Yes, Miss Fay. I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their argument with evidence. Of course I know that. Actually, I had totally forgotten about that. Now then, Miss Fay, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. Edit a picture. Present. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? But there's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Fay, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon? Annabelle, it's here, baby. Well, naturally, it's right here. That's, what is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage, and because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then, the high voltage cable? Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant. How? How? Is he an electrician? Does he do high voltage work? How the okay. How? Lies. That much is certainly true. What are you on? Yes, and that's not all. We have irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? What is it? His fingerprints. They would have burnt off on anything that would have touched it. You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. Is it on the umbrella? As you can see, the victim's wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. You mean? Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. Palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have done it. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cables. Really? Okay, Jen. Order! 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 That's enough! I think we can conclude that there is no more reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grossberg! My hemorrhoids never lie. The show's over, Mia. I just jumped through like 3 different accents. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor, at this time I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be a bad boyfriend. What? It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. I'm telling you from going through this experience, no, you cannot. You cannot trust attorneys. Miss Faye, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute. Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further. I did it. I admit it, I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. Play it out for me, baby. That girl. I shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. What you just said, was that the truth? Yes, I was offended. I told the truth. Everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you? I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim. It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. When I pushed the victim. A short story. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried, so I went back, but he was just lying there dead. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that. A simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Right from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. Miss Fay, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. I pushed the victim. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. What was he saying? So what kinds of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said she was a bad girl. Phrasing. Is that all? Yeah. Well, Miss Fay, you heard him yourself. Oh, you're not doing yourself any favors, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I lost my temper and I gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap, you know? Come to think of it, I wonder what that was. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Some more details. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important, so try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Could it have been? Hurry up and tell us. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it, and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard. An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Dude, you're a troll for murder. Don't throw shade. And again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. This is about me now. Miss Fay, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? Well, of course it's important. This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. This cheap umbrella is more than important, it's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony. How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. I probably got that wrong. Oh, the court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. What? After you shoved the victim, did you leave the scene right away? Yeah, I did. I admit it. I was furious. You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition? Well, yeah, but like I said, I got worried about him later. So I went back, but he was just lying there dead. Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from the testimony, my dear. Oh no, fuck! I'm gonna be in purgatory again. Or the judge will make his final decision whatsoever. No, it's in the picture because it has the broken umbrella in the picture. No, I know. Okay, he was talking bad about Dolly. We know. Do I have to do this again? Yeah, probably. What kinds was he saying? He was saying all kinds of terrible things. That she was a bad girl. I mean, it's not always a bad thing. Is that all? Yep. Oh, Miss Fay, you heard myself. Oh boy. No, Wait, I just gave him a tip-tip-tip-a-roo. Lost my temper and gave him a shove. After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella. Tap. Where is that? Like ping ping. Why didn't you testify from the umbrella? Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that. What? What, Pheonix? You're on trial for murder. I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Take another look at the crime scene photo. Umbrella. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole, the electricity pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. No! I don't know any Japanese. I can't be dramatic. Order! 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 The victim, he moved. Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want it presented as evidence immediately. Umbrella added to the court record. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. But I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment. No. I feel like this could use some Japanese, and I don't have the ability. I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown into this prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Pheonix's testimony has been added to the court record. Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone. I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. I was really hoping that they'd call a recess and it would be day 2, and I'd be like, that's a natural point to stop. My brain is coming out of my ears. You haven't got the win. No! Yep, exactly. And this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible. Is it going to be Dolly? Well, who is this witness? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, otherwise known as Dolly. Do I guarantee you is going to be the murderess? Murderess? You don't mean Dolly. I just want to hear entrance music. I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. No, she fucking wasn't. No guy, no ex would call the current boyfriend to a meeting and be like, she's crazy, bro, while she's there. I mean, honestly, if you were the ex and you called the new one in and they pulled that shit where it's anything you want to say to me, you can say to her, because we're one person now. He deserves it. I'm sorry, he deserves it. Go have fun. What? I'm sorry to break the terrible news to you, my dear. This isn't allowed. You need to let the defense know before you are gonna do stuff in court. They need to be warned so they can create adequate, have an adequate argument to fight back for it in court. Oh, okay, that's fine. Bad news. You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that? Oh, I have fizzy. I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Yes, court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, my brain. Oh my god. Oh my god. So that was a nightmare. That was, wow. I'm not saying that I'm not cut out to be a lawyer. In fact, I think I could make a very, it's just the rules. The rules need to be consistent. These rules aren't consistent. Okay. I don't know if I have another one in me tonight. I really don't. Oh my god. Ha! uh, now I feel bad to stop because I've got like. Okay. All right. Well, I will like persevere if needed for the one person watching. But God, am I tempted to stop? Okay. I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's all right. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. No, it's not fucking all right. What do you have anything for your self-interest? Okay. Yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then. Absolutely not. Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. No, she's gonna throw you under the bus real bad. Why do you think that? What do you mean? She's the love of my life. That's why. Oh, I think certain viewers are gonna feel real attacked about this later. Like real attacked about this. Okay. Okay. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Full golden retriever energy. Dolly and I, we met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, that's fine because the rest of the game is about him, I think. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. On the day you met? Right, right. That's disappointing. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. And before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. So she gave it to you as a present, I see. Darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little piss. Sorry, it certainly is a little bottle, alright. It makes me so happy to show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Dahlia's present, borrowed from Phoenix Wright. Anyway, so after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing. Get out of here, you fucking loser. I don't want to be seen with you. Please give it back now. Oh no. Pheonix. Get some self-respect, man. Jesus. Pheonix. I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I don't know who will watch this, but I will tell you something that is very, very important. Okay. You deserve better. Okay. I know that some of you are going to think, I could. No, I don't. She's the best I can get. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes. But if she does shit like this, and you're like, she's just so fun and quirky, you can do better. Okay? If she makes you feel lonely when you're together, you can do better. Like, I mean, that's for guys and girls. Like, I feel like, okay, here's the thing. And, like, I'm gonna go on one of my tangents, and I shouldn't. It's just because I'm tired. Girls hear this shit all the time. And I really appreciate it, don't get me wrong. I mean, it doesn't help much when you're in an abusive situation. Believe me, I know. It took me years to leave mine. I'm in the middle of court. It's a fucking nightmare. Anyway, get to that another time. But we hear it. like all the time. Like we have that benefit because societally it's like girls are more likely to get abused, girls are more likely to stay. And so, and especially with this like girl power and okay, I'm not popular enough for any of this to get clipped, so it's not going to be like taken out of context. But like with all of this like positivity and like empowerment and that sort of stuff, which is a great thing, there is this big push in women to be like, you can always do better, have high standards for yourself, do you feel held by him, like all that sort of stuff. And there is mockery that comes from women who kind of believe that they deserve to have the fairy tale and that fairy tale exists, like the Disney prince fairy tale, where you never have a fight and you live in a gumdrop house and a castle and you're just going to ride away into the sunset and it's all going to work out. And like it's a spectrum, right? There's levels to it, but like taking everything else away from it, we are told that repeatedly from other women, from men, good men, from good parents, from role models, from social media influencers. Like it is drilled into women of like, you can do better. And especially now, there is so much stuff in the forefront of society right now about domestic violence. Like it's become a really big thing. Like I left, and there's a whole other tangent to go into on how behind the times the legal system is when it comes to DV, considering how like to the forefront it is right now and how prevalent it is. Like since leaving, I have not had a single interaction with a woman who hasn't either experienced leaving themselves or know someone who has had to leave as well. Like it's so prevalent, it's an epidemic, and it's awful. But ignoring that, we as women have that benefit, that feedback of you can do better. You need to value yourself, you need to be cherished. And men don't have that as much. Like men's social network is generally much smaller than women's. Not counting me because I'm just weird and I don't have friends. But men's social network are generally much smaller than women's. Even with that, it's not prevalent for men to talk about their emotions, especially not with their friends, because they don't want to be the downer in the group. And a lot of the time, it's not an emotional intelligence that men were taught when they were growing up as kids. It's something that girls were taught. It's not something that men are taught. And it's really saddening because then men don't get that feedback. And on top of that, to make it even harder, men aren't recognized as people who experience domestic violence. Men aren't recognized as survivors and victims. And there's this big toxic argument with feminism and like the rise of the red pill and all this sort of like war of the sexes sort of shit that's going on, which kind of leads to this environment where at the extremes, all men are dangerous and no man can be a victim, and all women are liars and also cannot truly be victims, but can also only be victims. Like it's really stupid, frankly. So like, I'm just saying, if your male friends don't say it to you, if your parents don't say it to you because you don't talk to your parents, if like, it's just, if she says stuff like this to you, if your partner says stuff like this to you, boy, girl, whatever you're into, whatever, if your partner or even friend says shit like this to you and you're like, oh, they're just joking, it doesn't feel like a joke. If spending time with them makes you feel alone, if you find yourself questioning what's wrong with you and why they are this way around you, like what could you fix to make things better? Why are you not giving enough? If you're confused as to like the fact that you thought you were doing enough, like you thought you were a caring partner, but they say you never are, and you genuinely feel like you're trying, you're going out, you're organizing time, you're trying to bring flowers if you can afford it, those sorts of things, and they're still never happy, you can do better. You can do better. And frankly, a lot of the time, being alone is the best option because you need to learn to love you and you need to find the value in yourself. Not having a partner does not devalue you if you are comfortable in the fact that you do not have a partner. Like you can't and you shouldn't rely on a partner to bring you self-worth. You need to feel that self-worth for yourself, and that might be therapy, that might be reigniting a hobby that you might have convinced yourself or people around you convinced you was like stupid, but you deserve better and you can likely do better. And even if you couldn't, you can, because no one deserves to have a partner like that. Especially not if you're a cinnamon roll, jelly bean, golden retriever man energy. You know what I mean? Like, I know that this is a joke. I know, I get it. But I'm just saying, you deserve better. You deserve to have self-worth. You deserve to not feel alone when you're with your partner. You deserve to not have to question yourself every day on why they're not happy when you're trying. You deserve to not feel exhausted every time you have an interaction with your partner. And if you feel any of those things, you're probably not in a good relationship, especially for an extended period of time. Every relationship has its problems. Every relationship has peaks and troughs. But even in a trough, you need to feel some sort of value from that partner. You need to feel some sort of validation. You need to feel some sort of purpose to be with them. And if you're not feeling that, you deserve better. And believe me, it can feel like if you leave, you will not be able to rebuild your life. You will have to answer the questions. You will have to deal with the embarrassment. You might even have to deal with them going full fucking psycho and telling all of their friends that it was your fault because of whatever reason they come up with that you were the bad guy. That's probably going to happen. But I'm going to tell you from personal experience, from someone who left a year ago, almost. My 1-year anniversary from fleeing is in like next month. You'll get it together. You'll get it together. Because I stayed for a real long fucking time because I didn't want to break up my family. I knew that I couldn't afford to live without him because he earned double what I did. And at a certain point, you just kind of get used to what life is. And you white knuckle it and you say, at this point, I don't want to hear I told you so's. I don't want to be a failure at marriage, at a relationship, whatever. I've invested all of this time. I'm just going to white knuckle it and I'm going to be miserable probably, but I will find a way to get through it. And it's no way to live. It is no way to live. So don't wait. Just know that you deserve better. And don't listen to the voice that questions it and says, I don't think that applies to me because I don't deserve better. This is the best I can get, because that's what your brain is going to tell you, but you can do better. Like, girls like this, you can do better. Anyway. Tell your male friends that more often, please and thank you. Just make it, I don't understand why it can't be a societal, accepted thing for guys to be like, yes, queen, you can get it. Like, why? Why not? I don't get it. And the men are being victimized, and they're not allowed to talk about it because then they're not being real men. Just support each other, alright? Emotions aren't gay. Get over it. Anyway, sorry. You all need to be kinder to yourselves. Anyway. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Yeah, it was. So how did you know? This happened on August 27th right here in this courthouse. What's this, a newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I correct? Newspaper clipping added to the court record. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Yes, I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look at the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to give help to you here. Well, it looks like recess is about to be over. We'd better all get moving. See, now I don't know if I have, like, the ire to finish just because I went on a tangent rant. But also, I'm about to be, like, busy, so... I guess so. That recess so seemed longer than 20 minutes. So, yeah, I went on a rant. I'm sorry. Oh, I've got like 15 minutes. Okay. To be continued. Excellent. Okay, that might be a natural stopping point then, actually. Yes, save my progress. What an interesting point to go on a tangent in. Okay. I shall. Oh, it keeps going. I don't know. I was coming to terms with this being over. All right. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. Oh, God. What's with the stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. Yes, she's a psycho. I can't believe he actually said that. That is, like, so dishonorable. Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name? Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them down to size. And I will bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for helping my nerves. You're all so nice, I almost feel right at home. Not at all. It was nothing! If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine! Oh, well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Sir, is there something I can help you with? You just go in and say whatever is on your mind. I'm sure there must be some kind of mistake. Pheonix wouldn't kill anyone, I just know it. Yes, I can see why you'd say that. She's going to be a tough witness. Alright. Only took her 12 seconds to wrap them around her finger. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. What I witnessed. I had been planning to go back to Pheonix's place after class was over. Pheonix and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then, suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Pheonix noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some of the students and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. God. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. But I would never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey. What's this? So you two are acquainted? Yes, we've met before. In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madame Fey. Madame? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. I'd been planning to go back to Pheonix place after class was over. Do I push that? Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese semi poetry. Oh, how wonderful is That's humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes? Nothing left to do when a man reaches this age. Sleep is his best friend. That's supposed to be poetry. Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me, I get to the art department. I have to walk through the back area. Yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front door. How else would you enter? Teleportation? They were talking behind the building, and suddenly Maggie got a wobbly and just collapsed. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right? I was watching the whole time. Beanie never did a thing to Dougie. I press it for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? Why? I would never. Miss Fey, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting. Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will if you don't mind. I'd like to revise my testimony. It's like we're finally getting somewhere. I'm back. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. I went to go and find some of the students and... It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. No? So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Oh my God! Now then, proceed with your testimony. I went to go and find some of the students and they called the authorities. Why did they call the authorities if nothing bad was happening? When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students who went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on. But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure. They knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something. Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students. So did the students call the police? Yes, I was so panicked. Why? Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear. She's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's got to be it. Way to go, Mia! Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find a contradiction on this one. Okay. I've been planning to go back to Pheonix's place after class. We'll do this one. Mr. Art Department, blah, blah, blah. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow, and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Why am I being demonized? Please go on. What did you see next? Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there was only two of them at the scene. The defendant, Pheonix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. I don't know. I'm going to lose this one. You say you didn't hear anything unusual, is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed looking at the scenery around me. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Pheonix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? By all means. I know the reason I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though the storm wasn't ready for its fun to come to an end. So the sky continued to flash and thunder. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes. I'm afraid of the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now, she said something that could totally change this whole case. Oh. Yeah. That one? Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yeah, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. What kind of thoughts do occur to this time? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, a victim of a stray horse. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you don't. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay. I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on the day at that location. What? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? This affidavit. And who is this affidavit from? The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out the court testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Was it a blackout? All the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because? Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m., which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. Okay, but she just said there was lightning. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Students' testimony out of the court record. However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose you could say that. Miss Fay, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cables? Your Honor? I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If this pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. I don't have an opinion! Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor? Yeah, I know. Yeah. That was hard. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? I don't fucking know. Is it possible when he was rolling off his umbrella to stand up? No! Shit. No! No, I know, that was not, no, that I want, no. Oh, no, I wanted to check it. Um, um, okay, I'm not going to, I'm not going to be coy about this. I'm just gonna start going over like every fucking option because I don't know. Do I have that option? Watching myself ignore my own stream because I'm like so over it. Did I already do the umbrella? Fudge. No. Okay. I'm making a fool of myself here, and I can't even get out of it. I can't even get out of it. Please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony? He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that the lab equipment lost power at 2:55, which fits right into Mr. Wright's timeline? In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion, and it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order! Order in the court! Ah, the lamentations of my enemy, how I've longed to hear them. It's true, the defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant... Mr. Judge, sir? May I say something? The Madame's attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge. You might as well have been like, Judgy Wudgy. Of course it's all right. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. The truth is, Pheonix pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. And Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Pheonix caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. Alright, bitch. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that's when the defendant pushed him for the second time? I'm so sorry, Pheonix, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Am I? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Ugh. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Oh, bitch, I got cross-examinations. The truth is, Pheonix pushed him twice. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Pheonix. So that's why you basically lied to the court. I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge? Yes? Would you please forgive little old me? Of course he won't. What you did is called perjury. Oh, come on now. It was just a little old white lie. We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, all right? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. Oh, my God. Doc Alley is friendly to that girl for real. First time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole? I know he doesn't look it, but Pheonix can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Pheonix really is scary when he gets mad. Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. And Dougie tried his best to run away from him. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold? What? Miss Fay, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? Cheer them on? Thank you. What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both and that they would each give the fight their all. That's very sweet of you to be so supportive. And what happened after that? Yeah, what happened? Pheonix caught up and crashed into him from behind. That doesn't sound quite right. There was handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket? No, there weren't. Madame Fay, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? Why, Pheonix wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. Yes, indeed, it would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. I don't figure out the contradiction here. It's all over. Well, it's the... Okay. She didn't have much time to come up with a lie, so this is my best chance. Okay, there must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia. Fuck. I forgot to do witness. I forgot to do evidence. God, she's a redhead too. I used to be a redhead. he said he ran away. Okay. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Fay? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Ah! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Order! Order in the court! This is nonsense. The real murderer? Even you can't deny the time break between the cable breaking and the electrocution. Completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done this? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer? Miss Fay, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready. Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Fay. This cushion is making me uncomfortable. Oh. Now then, Miss Fay, let's have it. Who is the real killer? It don't be me. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. What? How? How can you? The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order, Miss Fay. What? I mean, why? That is to say, Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. How can you say something so mean, Madame Fay? I didn't do anything. Miss Fay, this is a very serious charge. Don't fuck yourself over for this, Pheonix. Your Honor, please, that is something I want to say. You! What is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. Are you dumb? You're totally wrong, Miss Fay. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Oh my god, dude. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Leave my Dolly alone! That boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back! Seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found a police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Police report as it's a court report. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, really, Your Honor, that is, May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. Oh, that is, go right ahead. Madame Faye, seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Pheonix Wright. I told you should let me handle this. Oh, sorry. Please go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Pheonix. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. Well, I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then the same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. The testimony, what about? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Pheonix White. What could that possibly have to do with this case? The witness claims that she had no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Very well, then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm so tired. I don't want to keep doing this. Okay. How I met my Pheonix. I first met my darling Pheonix 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that paper day. It's so lovey-dovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Pheonix. Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. I first met my darling Pheonix 8 months ago. I could press that. So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow? Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Look at me. I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Maybe I should look for a different one of work. Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the great judgy. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The courthouse's reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Pheonix was not only an art student, but also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? This line of questioning is a waste of time. There's nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Faye, I'm warning you, if this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case, I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I'd better tread carefully. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? It pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to the courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. You were writing a paper on what? on the relationship between the modern Cindy poetry and the criminal underworld. Oh, that sounds like a fascinating research idea. Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again with the midlife crisis stuff. Mia, why did that girl really come to the courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? Speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I know! I wanted to show that and I pressed the wrong button! The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. Okay, we want to present evidence. Police report. Let's check it. Okay, this is the one that we want to present. Oh my god, that was probably racist. You weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What is the meaning of this cocky smile on your face, Miss Fay? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy? Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report, and that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Order! 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 This is unbelievable! It's true then? The loveliest rose can hide thorns. Miss Fay, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Oh, pardon me. Go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh? Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth, like you have been this whole time, sure. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. I see. Okay, I've tried the I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart. And my buttocks. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. Thank you, Mr. Grossman. Okay. The poisoning. Ooh. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that was lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. Huh. So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, as you've heard from the witness testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Miss Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today, and I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. Why does this defense suddenly feel stronger? Ah, Mia, you're growing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. A proud posture and that self-confidence, absolutely smashing. I'm glad I read his accent correctly, because that absolutely smashing is such a you know that they're British. Okay, the poisoning. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. What were you talking about with the defense attorney? Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential. According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case. The lawyer that was killed, he said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up with when I was younger. Why don't you tell us all what that incident was? That has absolutely nothing to do with this case. Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record. You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad time. Don't worry, Dolly. I'll protect you. You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady. Oh, Pheonix, please. Those two really are making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons.
I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened.
How long were you gone?
I've already answered all these questions for the police. But if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes?
And where were you during that stretch of time using the toilet? What are you saying, Miss Faye?
Toilet?
My perfect little dolly doesn't poop. Yeah. You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better luck next time.
Oh, Pheonix, please.
The police have already looked into this whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time. Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony.
From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal in just 2 teaspoons.
About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? Well, let me see. My bottle of eyedropper says it's half a fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
That's about 2/3 of that amount, Anna. Poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
A special kind of poison? How so?
Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh, and where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry, all I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive. The other question is, how did the criminal get something like that?
So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
Except we have this. The witness's testimony just now is clearly contradictory, Your Honor. It could be. It has to be, right? I knew it. However, your evidence doesn't show whatever contradiction you think you see. Objection denied. Oh, fuck. No, I do know this. It's because she was dating the guy. Oh, no. Yes, you would know how to get it. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because of this guy. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology? The laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit never could have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then, it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when you took it. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You.
No!
Order! Could it be? That's nothing but a baseless accusation.
May I say something, Madam Faye?
What is it, Miss Hawthorne?
The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
They didn't find the suspicious container anywhere, did they?
She's right. They even mentioned that in the report, except the necklace. Well, you easily could have gotten rid of something that small.
Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If someone might throw the poison container away, I think you'd need to show some kind of proof.
Proof? She's probably good with that. Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead. The police conducted a full body search of Dahlia and of the entire courthouse. Yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. If you're going to accuse this young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it? Boom, bitch. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Pheonix Wright, of course. So the defendant was this witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. What? But that's... That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, say? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Pheonix Wright was 8 months ago, August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. No! No! I don't have the voice for anime. Order! Order in the court! On behalf of Dolly, I object. Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Huh. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... She keeps saying to give it back. Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. Strange girl, I'll give her a present back like that. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying! But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No, that's a lie! Ooh, panic! Pandemonium. You tell it's been a while since I've done this. My endurance is low. Mia, are you alright? Yeah, I think so. That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? Looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no! What is it? The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone! What? That's terrible! Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy. It's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me, I'm sorry. It's okay, just give back the necklace. He's flushed. I ate it. Oh, dude, no. You what? You ate it. It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah. What are you doing now? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination. So let's see. No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency. There. It's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. It's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. He flushed it. He didn't eat that shit. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life, which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Even after I've proved so much, is she going to let a baby? Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial. Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day. The day I met Doug Swallow. That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night someone stole some poison from our labs. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, the defendant is Miss Fay. You tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, right? We put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, and there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before. Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Fay, if you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. The emphasis on last chance, be careful now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore, exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill? I can tell you that, and it was her boyfriend. I mean, we all wanted to, right? There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way, and that person was Mr. Pheonix Wright. Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Pheonix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Oh, Mr. Wright, this must have killed me. Tell me that. I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. And even so, why would she go so far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. There was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. It can't be true! Pheonix! What a joke you are. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne? It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. I'm so tired. Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Well, hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you? Are you really that shocked?
Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof. You treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind.
But we're not finished.
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already.
I can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. The ultimate price. You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. But no! Better think it was carefully. What should I say, Miss Fay? Well, Miss Fay, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all? If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. To be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. It's impossible. You can't possibly. Stupid woman. It is the opinion of the court that there already has been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one. If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down to Mr. Wright. I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. Well then, Miss Fay, please present your evidence. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright. Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Court Killer X. Pheonix Wright's beloved cold medicine. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony? But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room, my client, Mr. Pheonix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Pheonix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized I can't allow Doug to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying the bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooling. Stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stupid liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? That's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of that medicine right now. Mia Fey. Mia Fey. Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being. Victory is yours. For the time being. Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I won't meet again, I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay? Why? Yes. I'm going to go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. Oh, so many layers tonight. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support this outrageous claim. But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care! I'm Winston Payne! And I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said, there, it's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? Oh, well, you see, yes. And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? My hair, it's flying off. No. God. Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, Your Honor. I'll file the papers for her immediate arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Don't lie, just leave it alone. By the way, Miss Fay? Yes, Your Honor? Is it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case. Oh, very well. Mr. Payne? This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter. It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dolly. Oh, very well then. I believe I'm ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Pheonix Wright, not guilty. Hey, I made it. I made it, and I didn't cry because I'm tired at all. Oh, God. This was fun. I loved it. I love all of you. This is going up on my YouTube channel after I've had a chance to go through it. But I am so glad this is over. I'm so tired. I'm so old. I'm so tired. Ah. Let's wrap this up. And I'm out. Mia, you were wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius. Mr. Grossberg, do you maybe think you could stop talking about them? Oh, well, that's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with a client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations! Thanks. You know, I was thinking, oh, the dolly I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about him, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. What kind of company does this guy keep? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should still be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Fay, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? That's what society tells you. Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. I'll be across some sort of joke about how he's not going to be the victim next time. Anyway, it's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. Aww. What? For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. I like the bustier that she wears into court. Nice. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. That is a story for another day. Hey. Oh, my body hurts. That's very cool. I'm happy, but I'm not going to do it. So thank you. It was a nice time. Yeah, I will save my progress. I will overwrite my save data because I'm one of those people. Okay. At this point, I am no, we're not doing this. No, we're not doing this. Ah! No, 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 no. Go. No, don't do this. I don't want to. Ah! This is for another day when I have my endurance back. See the exhaustion in my face. This is a 32-year-old with kids just trying her best to survive, man. When am I able to end this? It's a very good teaser, don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to it, but also I am so tired. No! 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 Title screen. Say. Yes. Don't pull the shit. Alright. This has been a lot of fun, despite the fact that it looked like, even though it looked like I was getting tired, I am. I still had a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to do this again. A good way to spend an evening when I was being unsupervised and left to my own devices. So, if you're watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you weren't watching and you see this on my YouTube later, I hope you enjoy it. Other than that, I'm happy that I got to have a fun time. And this channel is just about me having a fun time. So, take that as you will. And thank you.